As I told you, we don't actually need this for. Instead of it, I can have just a if like this one, but a little bigger. What I'm going to check in it is not the R colliding that acts, that gives us a complete answer, because I cannot use it for all the different remainders from a division. I told you that I need the remainder of my y divided by 100, so I don't need to divide by 100. I need to take the remainder with Shift and 5. This sign that appears when I press Shift and 5 is usually called %, but when we are programming, I prefer to call it remainder from a division. So I need to check whether my y remainders in division by 100 is less than 20, and this is everything I need to check in order to know whether I'm on a good y to avoid an enemy, and instead if it's bigger than 20 then I'm hit by an enemy. Let's see if this is actually working. I haven't collided with an enemy. You can see that I should stay on a specific y in order for me to let the enemies come close. That's because I still haven't written any check for a collision between the axes of the player and then the enemies. This if now needs a collision check for x coordinates, because it is now checking whether the player is on a good y to collide with all the enemies, but there is no check for the axis. Do it yourself now. There is one more task that you should do later. We printed the current enemy value, the value of current enemy for which there is a collision. But now that we are not going to have a for loop and we are not going to use current enemy as this for loops counter, we should find another way to understand which is the enemy that we are colliding with. Try to get from my y what is the index of the enemy that we are colliding with.